Hello everyone, in today's video we'll be taking a look at how to solve one-step inequalities. An inequality is basically either less than or greater than sign, or actually I guess I should include that it could also be less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. So it's everything except for a equal sign. The steps for solving an inequality, however, are just the same when we're doing one-step inequalities as if you were solving an equality. We want to isolate the x variable and get the value of x. And to do that, we get the x by itself. How can we get the x by itself in this situation? Well, to get rid of this negative 7, we could simply add a 7 to cancel that 7 out. But just as with a equality, if we add 7 to one side of this inequality sign, we must also add 7 to this side of the inequality. And what we are left with is the 7's cancel out here, and we're left with the x. And we put the inequality back, and then we add 7 to 3, and we get 10. And we see that x must be less than 10 if we want this inequality to hold true, which is x minus 7. And then you could do a quick check. What happens when x is less than 10? Let's say, for example, 9. Then we have 9 minus 7, which gives us 2, and 2 is indeed less than 3. And we see that it works. Let's try example number 2. We need n plus 12 to be greater than or equal to 18. How do we get n by itself? Well, we need to subtract 12 so that we can cancel out the 12 that's there. But if we subtract 12 from one side, we also need to subtract 12 from the other side. And so we're left with n, sorry, I wrote m, and we put back our greater than or equal to sign, and we know that 18 minus 12 gets us 6. So we know that n has to be greater than or equal to 6 for this equation to hold true. And what happens when n is greater than or equal to 6? Well, first let's try when n is actually 6. We have 6 plus 12 is 18, and that's actually equal to 18. Let's try when n is greater than 6. Let's say n is 7. Then we have 7 plus 12 is 19, and 19 is indeed greater than 18. So as long as n is equal to or greater than 6, then it will always be the case that n plus 12 is greater than or equal to 18. This concludes our video on solving one-step inequalities. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to this video.